Cameroon has been without its present president, meaning having an absentee president for the past more than 9 months. Paul Biya is the world's oldest president, 92 years old. He has not been seen for the last 9 months. In fact, after the China Africa summit in September 2024. Now, amid this, opposition leader Maurice Kamto is back from France to Cameroon, and he wanted to meet his supporters, basically calling for a rally. Now, this is where it becomes a protest, and the police of the government, the military, has surrounded his residence, actually making him as under house arrest. And this is why the people are protesting for the release of this opposition leader, Maurice Kamto. In this video, we are going to answer to you a question: what exactly happened? Who is this opposition leader, Maurice Kamto? Why Cameroonians and by large, actually Africans, should be concerned in what's happening in Cameroon? What is the opportunity, or what are the opportunities and challenges out of this? And why we call this, perhaps it will bring the end of the era of the world's oldest president, Paul Biya. Now stay with us and we are going to reveal to you. This is Maurice Kamto, the opposition leader. He is 71 years old. Okay, now what exactly happened? That's something that we are going to look at. In an escalating campaign of repression, Cameroon's opposition leader Maurice Kamto is currently being held under house arrest in the Bonapriso neighborhood of Douala. He's not in the capital city. The capital city is Yaoundé, so he's in Douala. Now, security forces have surrounded his temporary residence with over 500 police officers, and they are barring him from traveling to the headquarters of his political party, which is called Cameroon Renaissance Movement, in its acronym name MRC, which is in a town called Dado. Now, the crackdown comes just days after Kamto's widely publicized meeting in Paris, where he called on the Cameroonian diaspora and youth to prepare for real political change. His rising popularity appears to have, of course, sent the 92-year-old President Paul Biya and his family in panic. Okay, so they are basically in panic mode. So security forces are blocking this supposedly peaceful assembly that was supposed to be held. So he's under house arrest. Now, who is Maurice Kamto, who is, basically the famous opposition leader in Cameroon? He's 71 years old, and he plans to contest the presidential election later this year, which is planned to be in October 2025. And this is very much, it's not really who is going to come or who is going to take the leadership. It's also important for Cameroonians. It's bringing an end of the era of Paul Biya, who is 92 years old and who was in power for 42 years. Now, Biya has not yet declared whether he will stand for re-election, as That can be very much possible if he's not dead. Now, Kanto spent 9 months. This is not the first time that the police trying to intimidate him. In fact, he has been detained for 9 months after the 2018 election, the 2018 election, when the authorities accused this man, the opposition leader, Boris Kamto, insurrection following protests by his supporters who claimed that the poll had been rigged in favor of Biya, which is very much possible in Cameroon because Paul Biya do not want to step down. So the government, of course, denied the allegation. Now, while in Paris last month, Maurice Kamto promised that he would protect Biya and his family if he wins the October election this year. But this didn't sit well in the regime of Paul Biya. In fact, some called him as pathetic, saying that, what are you trying to protect? Are the families of Paul Biya in danger? So they were asking him all kinds of questions, and in fact also accused him to the extent that he's trying to instigate something. So now, following his return to Cameroon, the security was already tightened in the town, in the city of Douala, where he's sitting, but also even more so, surrounding his residence after he called for that rally. So what happened is that local authorities, they banned motorcycle taxis along the route Kamto was expected to take, and as supporters began gathering outside the MRC headquarters, which is a party, the Cameroon Renaissance Movement party, police officials declared the meeting illegal and moved to block all access points. And of course, as some observers reported, that Kamto has been prevented from leaving his residence despite the absence of a formal administrative order. Now, why Cameroonians, why do I say that Cameroonians and Africans at large should be concerned? Because now Biya has been for 42 years in power, which is the world's oldest heads of state. He has been also an absentee president. He's not really functioning for the past 9 months. He's, in fact, at some point there was back in November, was it, or in October, that he is dead, and he basically, they said he's receiving a health treatment in Switzerland, and but he has been absent from public eyes. He has not been seen. So still that speculation can be very much alive, or can be refreshed, if you wish to say so. And just to let you know, Cameroon's president Paul Biya, in Cameroon, I used to remember when I was in Addis Ababa, working in one of the international organizations that has a liaison office with the African Union. There was this lady, a diplomat actually, and we have happened to have a conversation, and she said, you know what, in our country, it's a news only when the president comes to the country, not like as normally, when presidents leave the country, it's also a news. But in Cameroon, it is a news if he comes, because most of the time, more than 2/3 of the days in a year, the 365 days, he is outside of the country, in Paris, Switzerland, everywhere, okay? Except Cameroon. So that is the president for you. Now, so for Cameroonians, ending a Paul Biya presidency will be ending dictatorship, restoring the constitution, which he has committed a coup again and again by amending it and letting him to stay in power. But above all, ending his era of presidency will mean at large for Africans ending these political dynasties in the continent, like Paul Biya and the likes. And I can mention for you some of them. You have Togo, Gnagbe, who, the country has never seen any president ever since they have killed the Pan-African leader Olympio, the first president after independence, and then Gnagbe come after Gnagbe. His son comes. So for the past 40 plus years, it's only one family that ruled Togo and still continuing. You have also, Republic of, and there are those who already their children have taken power, and there are those who are already grooming their sons and daughter in some cases to be the president of the country, to take power. So we call them political dynasties in the continent. So in that case, you have Republic of Congo, you have Equatorial Guinea, Theodore Obiang, you have Uganda also, who is, Museveni grooming his son. You have in Kigali, Paul Kagame grooming his daughter to be the next leader. You have Gabon already. Actually, there's a new president, but he used to be, one of his relatives. He was a presidential Republican guard who was a relative of him, but then eventually he did a coup d'etat and he took power. You have Gabon, for example, when he died. Ali Bongo's, and the one who his competitor was actually, now it is his son, but his competitor was also the husband of the sister. So it's all Chad also, when Deby went, and then you have another Idris Deby. Okay, so it's all, some could be, Chad, I will never trust it, but he is kind of trying to give us a vibe of the Sahel states, but it's something to be seen. So it would mean to end this era of Paul Biya would mean also for Africans that it's possible to end those, political dynasties in the continent. So what are the opportunities and challenges we can see? The opportunities, of course, we need new blood, new leadership in the country, in the continent as well. So Cameroonians deserve much better than this. And then the challenges, of course, we don't know who's Maurice. He has supporters in the country, but definitely, the thing is that if people's rally, people's uprising make him to take power, then he should understand that if he is not serving his people, and next people's uprising then will take him down, and then power will be again for those who deserve it. So it will also give that meaning to people. So that's also another opportunity. Why Paul Biya's era has to come and end, that is also answered, because it means a lot for both Cameroonian and African. So what happens next is, as we speak, the BBC reported that police have ended their 2-day stakeout of an apartment block in which Cameroon's main opposition leader Maurice Kamto had been staying after he returned from France, where he had held a political rally that inflamed the ruling party. Now, so he is he called now off plans, and he is forced to tell the people to go back to their houses because he's under house arrest. So we will see what is going to, definitely power is in the hands of Cameroonians. Nobody else can do nothing. We may come here inform and people, but nothing can be done more than that. It's within the Cameroonian people, the power. Nobody has the power than the people in any country at any given land at any given time. It's just that for people to realize it. Now, if I say that, then let me just share with you this embarrassing moment of Paul Biya. You all can see how he is he should be really, he should step down and just promise him he will get that presidential burial if he died, because he's old. So during, if you remember, in 2022, at that time, it was the US Africa Summit, and he was 90 years old or like 89 years old at that time. And, just like everybody who was making a keynote speech and this and that, so he wanted to make his speech. Look, he can't even walk. His assistant bring him to the podium, or to the place, to the stage, to sit and make his speech. Okay, so now let me just share this 1 minute video, and you can judge for yourself. Look, he's coming, and the person in military uniform behind is just guarding. 3 people actually trying to prepare his seat and everything. He talk, but okay, I will try. Yeah, there's a lady also voiceover.
Totally unaware of what is happening around him. He does not even know his aides keep explaining what he needs to do and telling him how important the event is. And he does not even know.
So he asked, who are there important people here? Bia said, why? I didn't ask for this, he says. Also, maybe he didn't ask for the speech, I don't know.
Just keeps fiddling with the paper in front of him and passing it.
Yeah, so he said, are there important personalities amongst the guests there who are sitting?
This is the sad reality of the kind of presidents that we have running most African countries.
And then look, the assistant say, yes, President Kagame just spoke, and it is your turn now. You have the microphone. He don't know even he has a mic. People can hear him as he's asking. It's in French. Those who understand will understand it.
Le ministre Président Kagame a parlé, il est parti, introduit. Le monsieur.
So he said, the assistant said, there are ministers in the room. And then you have been also introduced to the people.
Vous a introduit. Il y avait un monsieur debout qui vous a introduit.
Je dois parler maintenant.
Okay, you mean I should now speak? And then he asked, where? Yes, you can do it sitting. And then the aide says, the assistant says, yes, you can do it, meaning you can do the speech as you sit down. So yeah, that was it. And even there is that vibrating voice as he read and everything. I mean, you can do your own imagination, but that was, very, very embarrassing moment for Cameroonians and Africans as well. There was also this picture that has been going around where you see that I don't have any pride saying this. I don't take pride saying this, but I have to say it because it's a truth that where he peed on his pants, and you can see him basically. This happened also a couple of years ago. Was it in 2023? We have also another president who peed on himself, Salva Kiir of South Sudan. That's how embarrassing it is, because sometimes we need to say it. We don't need anyone, any mainstream or something. Before anyone say it, we should own it and say it and be as disgustful as the world is at these leaders, because there's nothing we can hide, and we should call it as it is. These people are embarrassing. They just need to step down. That's it. Yeah, that was it for now. Thank you very much for tuning in, and let us know in the comment section, what do you think of the situation in Cameroon? Oh, hello, Osie, welcome. So how do we know if Mr. Kanto isn't already compromised by Paris for the French to allow him to return? Means a deal has been struck. I mean, I agree with you. I wouldn't even say it's a 50-50. It could be 70-30, meaning 70 that he's a sellout, 30 that he's not a sellout. But as I said before, one of the opportunities could be that, so that the Cameroonian people would know that they can actually, by coming together, they can end these people who have power undeservedly, and then, they can install and vote for the people that they want. I mean, right now, Maurice Kamto seems the better devil, let's say, and that will also signal that the people will know, by coming together, they can take power whoever is not serving the people, whoever is not, keeping the promise, what he said during the campaign, for election. So he would also, it's vice versa. He would also understand the same people who brought him to power, the same people who have been tired of and being exploited by Paul Biya, would make him to come down if he don't do the job. And I mean, the things that are happening in the Sahel are, signals already all parts of Africa. That's what I say. So I would rather go for Maurice Kamto than having Paul Biya, or before he brings his son. It could be, it could be, but then what is a better option? I don't know. I am here to learn as well from you people. So what do you think is better? So let us take it for further discussion. Anton Dalema says, I guess Cameroon has its own Joe Biden. I live and love for this, live streaming, because I really, really love to learn from my brothers and sisters here, because, it's a two-way thing. It's definitely, not a one-way, just me coming and talking. And I love it. Yes. So I admit and I approve. I second what you said, Anton Dalema. We have, let me say that. Let me go ahead and say that we Africans have our own Joe Biden. I hear you, Osei. Yes, it could be a stage managed, definitely. But maybe if there's a better person, then it's time for that person, or it's a she or a he, to come and join and bring down the era of Paul Biya. I think if those people are just quiet, then it looks like Maurice Kamto will take power. All right, then. Thank you very much again. And I will see you on the next one. Please go ahead and share the video with others. Do not keep information and knowledge only to yourselves. Also support the channel. Sharing the video will mean also supporting the channel. I keep on saying that I will add other means of payment methods, contribution, but I don't do it. For now, I just have PayPal and buy me a coffee link, which some of you find it hard already, but I will do it, I promise. Thanks again. Bye bye.